I just need you to not be nervous, okay? We're gonna run this back one more again because I forgot to fucking record that shit. So, breathe.
Is everything
Inhale.
good? You got it, right?
I hope so, because if I don't, I'm gonna be pissed as shit. What's up, Alex? How the fuck you doing today?
Good.
Welcome back,
That
guys.
was totally a fake point.
Welcome back to the Last Samurai podcast. I'm Roman, your host, and I have this beautiful guest over here, Alecs Salazar, my dear friend, and one of the last samurais to step foot on this earth. Alex, what's good?
What's good?
What you been up to? What's new?
Why don't we talk about the last one? I had a few things I wanted to say about your roses.
You want to? You want to go? You want to go to the past? We're talking about the future here.
I want to say a couple of things.
Okay, what you got? What you got?
Okay, first of all, I think that's a really great idea.
Aww.
I also was thinking of kind of opening up like a little food joint, so I wanted to talk to her about that.
Hell yeah.
But I can't talk about it here because it's totally top secret.
Is this a future venture we're going to be looking forward to?
I mean, possibly, yeah. This is something that I've been thinking about for a while. Okay, I have like 2 business ideas that are like ideas right
That's
now.
what I'm talking about.
Kind of like hers.
My girl dipping her hand in all the pots.
Just an idea. And then, of course, what I already do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that I'm just trying to continue growing.
Hold on. What do you already do?
So I do permanent makeup. I started doing just microblading, which is like this huge thing now. Everybody and their mom does it.
I'm not gonna lie. So I did a little research on this shit before she came in. I looked it up. Girls be banging.
Who is this?
Yo, my man, give me some. There you go. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Not informal, not formal whatsoever.
Cheers.
Oh shit! There we go. Now we can loosen up, right?
Mm-hmm. So what'd you research?
I just looked up like what they do and how they do it, and how like there's actually like these little fucking blades that are going up in there and like perfectly shaping your eyebrow, making you like fleek. What are you doing? Mute your fucking phone, girl. Have some fucking professionalism.
Look,
this is the same thing.
It's my father.
It's the same thing that happened in the last fucking
Nobody
podcast.
ever calls me, so I didn't think.
You know what's funny? I always get calls when I'm in the shower. No one fucks with me when I'm out of the shower, but in the shower I get like 10 missed calls.
In the shower?
Yes. People always think about me when I'm naked.
Why don't you have your phone like while you're in the shower?
Why do I have my phone in the shower?
Why don't you have your phone?
Because it's playing my music while I'm scrubbing my nuts.
Oh, okay. He's calling again. Let me text him to call.
You good? Just say that you're on this super duper famous radio show called The Last Samurai Podcast.
So there's yes, it's actually a bunch of little needles in a row like this, and depending on whatever form they take, but it's actually used like a blade, but it's needles. That's why it's called microblading.
You know, and I also saw on your Instagram, you're doing a whole bunch of lines and stuff, getting everything like perfectly like symmetrical and shit, right?
Yeah. So like, you know, when you're in high school and you don't think about, well, they're teaching you like the 90 degrees and this is 180, whatever, like the
like
degrees.
obtuse, acute, like and all that
you're
shit.
Like, man, I'm never gonna use any of that. And now
you use
I'm
all that
here, like using all my angles.
There you go. It's all about
not the same
angles.
way that they taught us, but you know, now it all makes sense. It's funny how.
So like, does it make a difference with like the type of face you have? You know, some people have like more round faces, more like longer faces. Like I'm a round face motherfucker. If you did it on me, would it be like boom? Blocky?
So like the wider the face, the straighter the brow should be.
Okay.
And then the thinner, it should be more arched.
My girl
but it really
out here.
just depends, like what the person wants. You know, everything is custom basically. Like even if I think that they should have a straight brow, I'm not the one that's gonna be wearing it. You know, for the next
for sure
3 to 5 years. They are, so it matters really with just what they want.
You know what I fucking hate the most? When I go to a barbershop and I'm like, bro, let me get a medium fade, put a 3 on the top and like a 0 on the bottom and just fade it up. And they're like, bro, it would look so much cooler if you did this. I'm like, no, dude, I'm telling you, give me what I fucking want.
Like honestly, you knew exactly what you wanted because none of that made sense to me. Like, when I took his, I had to take him to the barber to get a fade because, you know, when I first met him, he had like a Mexican haircut. Which didn't include a fade. So I'm like, okay, I kind of had to like dress him up a little bit. So I took him to the barbershop and I was like a fade, like, and then a little bit long. So you must, like, how could they get that wrong? You literally gave them the whole detail.
You tell me you put your man in some game. Is that
yeah,
what you did?
I mean, he's freaking handsome now.
He is. He's a good looking dude.
Yeah,
like, no homo? No, dude, full homo? That dude's sexy. You did a good job.
I know,
bro.
I did. We're still working on it.
Still working on
Yeah.
You're still working on the game? Hell yeah, I like that. All right, so back to your back to these brows and back to, you said what did you say? You said it's all up to them.
It's all custom.
It's all custom.
Yeah. But it is scary, like you were saying, like literally a blade is being like cut. Yeah.
Does it feel like a tattoo?
No. Well, like some of it does. Like I do a bunch of different techniques. The actual blading though, the one we're talking about, no, it doesn't. It literally feels like somebody's cutting you, like, because that's exactly what's happening.
Oh, okay, that's a little scary.
You know what's
but
funny?
I fuck with it.
Like,
it's a little scary. Yeah.
Before, like when microblading was still new and people didn't really know what it was, they would show up and I would, you know, do everything and I would start the procedure and they would get freaked out and they would be like, what are you doing? It feels like you're like cutting me. And I'm like
no shit, it's called microblade,
yeah,
bitch.
and I'm like looking at them like, damn, like this bitch didn't do her research. Like you just came in, was willing to pay $300 for something you just didn't do any like research at
also,
all.
It's $300.
Yeah, I charge $300 to $350 right now.
But if they hear it from the Last Samurai podcast, you'll give them like $10 off, right?
Okay.
Is that right?
That's cool.
Oh shit! All right. Whenever you go, check her out at her shop, and you saw this in the Last Samurai podcast, she's giving you a little discount on the homie.
Discount
on the homie. So where can they find you?
Instagram. I got Facebook. Everything.
Next gen, right?
Yeah. So it's NEX without the T.
All right. Hopefully my porn doesn't pop up here. So Instagram.
Can you even look it up on Instagram?
Hell
just
yeah.
Google.
Next gen what?
Beauty bar.
BAUT bar. Do you have your own Instagram? You don't have your own Instagram, do you?
Yeah, not like a... No, that's not it.
Did I type it right?
Go back to Facebook. You can do it through Facebook, too.
I mean, I guess I can, but I'm, like, determined right now. How do you spell Instagram? Oh,
Maybe it's that one, like, Next Gen Beauty Bar Photos, Facebook.
Oh, this one right here.
That's gotta be it.
This gots to be it. I gotta figure out a way to put, like, what we're looking up here, like, on the actual screen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That would be dope.
That would be...
Let's
Does
see.
this
Is
look
this
like
me? Yep, that's me.
Boom. Next Gen Beauty Bar.
So, like, right here on the... Can I get up?
Yeah.
Like, right here on the top, it goes, like, these are the 4 different type of brows. So, this is the blading, and then this is the shading. So, this one is actually more similar to, like, the tattoo that you think of when you hear the word tattoo.
Okay, so you said this right here is the blading on all the way to the left, top left. And this is the shading over here, top right?
Yes. And that one is more similar. It's like an actual tattoo machine with, like, a needle that goes like this. And then the other one is the blade. I'm
not gonna lie, dude. I'm looking at these before and after pics. And you were like godsend to some of these because you really
I'm bomb. I don't care what nobody says.
Dead
like,
ass. It
honestly,
looks dope.
though, like I've invested so much money in like so many different trainings and like just, you know, practicing constantly. Like I take so much pride and I say that I'm bomb because like I worked really hard to be like because I mean there was a point when when you first started something you're not gonna be great.
Right.
That obviously wasn't great, but at the time I thought it was great. I mean, I was pushing out brows, thinking I was bomb, and now that I'm like looking back at it, knowing what I know, I'm like, damn, like.
Have you ever heard of the 10,000 hour rule?
No, what is that?
It's like this rule where no matter what you do, once you get up to about 10,000 hours of doing that particular thing, that's when you can like consider yourself a master.
That's a lot of hours.
That's a shit ton of hours. But how long have you been doing this?
3 years. A little over 3 years.
And you've been doing this every 52 weeks out of the year. What, 6 days?
This has been my full-time job for 3 years. I mean, like with any business, when you're working for yourself, sometimes it's slow. Mm-hmm. And it's not like a regular job where you're like, I'm going to work, I get my 40 hours every week, I know what I'm going to make. If it's slow season, like I'm not making the money that I need, so
it's all
I
on
would have
you.
to get like a part-time job here and there. But
you're fully
when
committed
it's
into this.
good, you know, I'd say like 80% of the time it's busy, it's good. I make more than what I need to make, like to pay my bills, things like that. And then there's 20% of the time where it's like slow season, things that are like out of your control. And so there's like a downside too, to kind of doing this on your own, even though like nobody would know that. Like if they just like look on my Facebook, even my personal things, like they wouldn't know that I'm like struggling in my business. But I feel like if you just keep going, like so many times you think about quitting and like I wish I could just have a steady paycheck or something when it gets bad. If you just like don't give up, just get a freaking like side job for a little bit till it picks back up, and then you're good again.
Peep this game, ladies and gentlemen. Don't fucking quit. This is your dream. This is what you want to do.
Honestly, like,
yo, son, you don't quit.
The big thing that I've learned is that when you look at these people doing these things, you're like, dang, like it must have took them forever to get to that point. And then now that I've done it and I'm doing it for a second time, I'm like, wow, it's really like, it just really takes dedication. It's not necessarily like,
run that back. You're doing this for a second time, so you've done this before.
Yes. So I opened my first business, maybe officially open like 2.5 years ago. So I was working for myself.
That was in El Paso, right?
Yes.
That was when you said, fuck you, Dallas. I'm out of this bitch.
Yeah.
I'm going to fucking El Paso, make my millions.
Yeah. So the reason that I left, let's backtrack. So the reason that I left to El Paso was because I was working for a company and I got stuck in a non-compete contract. So the original person that trained me to do brows stuck me in a non-compete contract, which means that if I ever wanted to no longer work for her, that I couldn't work in certain county, whatever counties was on the contract.
That's dirty.
Yes.
That is dirty.
Which I signed before I ever knew like that I wanted to do brows. I signed it as her assistant.
Dude, tell me why this doesn't sound like those rappers that sign all these stupid ass contracts and now like, oh, but
basically
you learn from it though. You learn.
Exactly. Well, you learn, and I don't know if it's a good way or a bad way, but you learn.
It's always
so basically I got stuck in a non-compete, and at that point I had to be like, well, either it was for 2 years, so I'm like, either I just lay low, worry about constantly getting sued, number 2, stop doing it, wait for 2 years, pick it back up.
Oh, like do it out of your house type thing where like it's not really official, but like you're making money off of it?
Yeah, okay. Like that. Or
I used to get my braids done at this girl's house. She was totally on the low.
What?
Yeah, remember when I had long ass hair?
Yeah. What happened? Why'd you cut your hair?
I gotta make my wife happy.
Digging the hair,
dude. Tell me why everyone was fucking with the hair except for my old lady.
Why did she dislike it?
Cause like she was like,
was it dirty? Did you not wash it right?
First of all, motherfucker, don't be throwing that shit. I shower all the fucking time, bitches. No, I'm not gonna lie. I shower probably once a week. But anyways. No, she didn't fuck with it because she was like, "This is not the person I married. You know, you were in the military. I liked it when you had short hair, and you know, who are you now?" And I'm like, "I'm the same person with long hair and just super sexy." So I was like, "All right, let me make her happy." I did like a year and a half.
You gotta do that.
I do.
I mean, like Hess, I love his beard. And
Hess.
Yes.
Dude, I called him Jess earlier. Why didn't you correct me?
Everybody calls him Jess because Hess is like a Mexican way to say it.
Oh yeah. Got you. Anyways, you love his beard.
Right, so I love his beard. And he just joined the National Guard.
You know that, right? Yeah, dude, I saw that on Facebook. Congrats to the homie. Shout out, Hess.
So now he has to shave his beard off. Oh. And I hate it, honestly, but I guess I'm starting to like it.
You know what? There's a bunch of people out there with shaver waivers in the military. Where, like,
what is that?
They'll be like, oh, every time I shave, I get these terrible razor bumps.
No, he literally does, though.
Dude, look up a shaving waiver.
He has, like, he's prone to cystic acne, and he'll get, like, big ass. Like,
anybody in the military right now on a shaver waiver, comment below and put this motherfucker on. Let them know what's up.
I was about to be like, Google this shit. I need to see.
No, because there are people getting like really, really bad acne and stuff, and it was terrible. And then turns out they got on the shaving waiver, legit full on beard.
Well, maybe whenever he goes for boot camp and they force him to shave with those razors constantly, they'll see it and he'll get on it.
Oh, okay.
But
so back to it. You started in El Paso. Oh no, wait. You were here. You in a no.
So yes, I had three options. Just stop for 2 years. Do it low key, risk getting sued, and or like getting in trouble with the state because I'm obviously not doing it licensed because I'll be like out of a house or something, or do it out of the counties that are on the list. And at the same time, where
there's nobody at.
Right, and at the same time, my cousin was, my family in El Paso, I have family there, constantly telling me, you need to come over here and do brows, like, even if it's just once a month, nobody does it over here, this and that, and I'm like, well, I mean, I guess I'll be the first one there, I'll be able to be the first one to make the prices, you know what I mean?
You were like, the first one to do microblades in El Paso?
One of the first ones.
So let's say, what, top 5?
3. There was only 3 of us there at the time.
That's pretty dope. I wish if I was the first one to do a podcast, you know how dope that would be?
Yeah.
So you're definitely
in the
up
area,
there.
like not in the world, but in the area.
Still that's badass, dude. You're like a local celebrity.
Well, yeah, honestly, like, because El Paso's a small town, though. So, but everywhere I would go, I would see clients. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So everybody knows everybody, right? So imagine me doing
hella
clients.
Mexicans.
Like,
Shout out my Mexicans.
Yeah. So imagine me doing clients. Everywhere we would go, we would see clients. And I'm like, I can't be like wasted or anything. Because, you know, I was always worried. Yeah. So not like a celebrity, but I had to always be like, watch out.
My girl grew up. That's what she did. She done grew up.
I did.
I like that. Everyone needs to grow up every once in a while.
I didn't grow up because of the business, though.
You grow up because you want to fucking be professional and look the part. Am I wrong?
I guess so. I think when I first started making that good money, and it was all mine, like, and it was so quick and easy.
It's on me, baby.
Like, I think I went more wild, you know? Like, I kind of just
you kind of got
blowing my money
too.
and, you know, like, just
look at all these people blowing up, and then, like, you know, they get all this money, like, I want to get the cars, the house, and all that shit. So, I mean, that's human nature. You're going to go through that, right?
Yeah.
Did you learn anything from that mistake, from, you know, going, like, blowing up and then just dropping all this cash all the time? Did you start saving better or what?
Well, what happened was when taxes came around, that's when it messed me up.
Oh, shit.
So I learned my lesson.
Yeah, because you're a business, right? So they don't tax
Yeah, but I mean,
I
was getting paid cash. And then, you know, it's like, I realized when I was like, well, I want to get an apartment. I want to do this. I want to buy this. I want to buy that. And they're like, well, we need proof of income. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? Like, well, we need either, like, your taxes or what are those things? Check stub, pay stub.
Oh yeah, pay stub.
Some type of something to prove. And
dude,
I'm like,
she's been working on her own so long, she don't even know what a pay stub
I know.
is.
Like something to prove what I make. What do you mean? I got like thousands in my bank account. Look at this.
Look at my bank, girl.
This is not enough. You know, like no, they need like legit proof. Like I'm like, dang. So that's where I messed up the first time around. You know.
Well, so how would you do your own? I'm sure there's a way to do it. I'm just
so
dumb.
basically, what you got to do. I mean. If anybody's interested in doing that, here's a little tip, you know. Save receipts, anything. Anytime you go out to eat, anytime you get your gas, anytime you spend money on anything that you can say you use for business. You know what I mean?
Which is
like
everything.
Everything. Like,
yeah.
Like literally.
Everything tax deductible.
I've had people ask me for a receipt from their brows for their business to say like, well, they needed to look presentable, save time. Like you can literally, it's called a write-off. You can write off anything. So that's number 1, and then number 2, do your taxes quarterly. So that way, like if you do it just once a year instead of 4 times a year, then you're gonna owe a big amount at the end of the year because we don't get taxes back. Like there's just absolutely no way you always have to pay.
Damn.
So you just pay quarterly instead of at the end of the year.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even know you can do this shit quarterly.
Yeah, so you
I had
can't.
no idea.
And
so
actually,
even me.
Never mind, I'm not gonna say that. But
no, bring it up.
No,
you already started. You can't fucking go back now.
No, I forgot. There's gonna be people watching.
Oh no! I see what you're saying. Yeah, no, keep that on the down low. I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Okay, I'll say it.
In this
I actually learned that when I was like working in like the strip clubs. Like when I was a waitress in the strip clubs.
A waitress?
Yeah, I would learn like that you can do your taxes quarterly because even that you get paid you can do that quarterly because you're getting paid cash.
No shit.
So I learned that, but like they told me that, but I never like applied it. And then whenever I had to do my taxes after a whole year, I was like, dang, I owe $3,000. Like, and I didn't save any of my receipts or anything. And I was like, and I just got to pay that like for no reason. Like, so, you know, like it was just blowing my mind. So if I did save my, well, I had some receipts and I had some proof that I was spending on. So it should have been more. Mm-hmm. But if I would have actually saved every single receipt, like I'm saying, it would have been way less than that. And that was just my first year in business. So then, you know, there's, you know, you can report, you have to report any credit card transactions. Oh, okay. But you're supposed to report like cash too, but you don't have to. So,
but nobody does.
So I didn't, right? So just in credit card sales, it was 40,000 in 1 year.
Holy
just
shit.
In credit card sales. That's not counting
40,000 in 2 years.
But that's not counting cash. So from 40,000 and minus the write-offs that I could provide, it ended up being like a little over 3,000 that I had to come out of pocket. Plus paying the person that did my taxes that had to go through a big old mess and organize everything. And she actually offers, you know, there's people
and they're
that
pricey,
actually,
they're pricey.
Yeah, there's people that, she was actually giving me a good deal. She was charging me $600.
Shit, that's a good deal.
Yeah, that's a good deal. So it's like normal people, you go to work every day, you have your steady income, you're not worried all the time. And then at the end of the year, you get money back. And then, like, with us, you know, like, there's so many things that goes into it that you don't even realize. You just see all the good stuff. You don't see that stuff. But the good thing that came out of all of that was that I learned. Yeah. And that's what I was kind of I was telling you the other day, like, now I'm trying to do things right the second time, take it slow. I'm not just trying to, like, pump out, like, everything that I got in, like, the first month or two. I'm, like, doing things step by step, taking things slow. I want for next gen, because my first business was named Marks of Beauty. I want for next gen, I want things to be different. I want it to take it slow and, like, focus on doing things the right way this time. Versus the first time I was just, like, I need to make as much money as I can. Like, make, like, any money like that was possible. I was there making it.
You were hungry.
I didn't even think about all these other things that like actually go into it. You know, I did have somebody helping me in the beginning. I ended up firing her. Like my head was big. Oh, shit. Like my head was big.
Old Steve Jobs over here.
Yeah, like because she was telling me what to do and always nagging me about all these things that were really important. And I was like, I don't need you like nagging me, like because I'm in my head. I'm like I'm my own boss, you know. But to be fair, I had the business for like let's say successful for like a year and a half, almost 2 years.
That's what's up.
And by the end, like right before I sold the business, I was making at least $3,000 a week.
Jesus Christ! How old? Hold up, wait. How old are you when you did all this shit? I think that the people are gonna freak out.
I'm 24 now.
You're 24 now. And we're doing this, and you were like, how old?
I mean, when I was making that much money, I was 23.
Oh, this was last year.
But when I first started the business, I was like 21, about to be 22.
Jesus Christ!
Or like just turned 21.
That's freaking
I'm like
amazing.
trying to get all my time right.
No, it's easy to get twisted in here, especially when like you got the fucking camera on, you got this light, and then you're like thinking, fuck, these people are gonna see this shit. But don't even worry about that. Anyways.
But yeah, I mean, I was making bomb money. Like Hess was working, but it was just really for him to do something, you know, like because we were not worried about money. We had a house, like we had everything. So I was making like $3,000 a week for sure. Yeah. And then I would hold like classes like once a month. And so when I train somebody, they usually pay around like two grand. Oh,
were those all those people that you're holding certificates with? And
yes.
You trained them? You
trained those people? So I trained them. And they all, nice. I mean, I can go and look at their Instagrams. And to this day, they're doing beautiful brows. Damn. So like I even help people do what I do. But that specific class, I called it my last chance master class. So it was basically, I told everybody, like, this is your last opportunity to get trained by me before I move.
Oh, because you're getting out of El Paso.
Yes, and I said I only have 8 spots. And I was charging 1,000 per spot, but
Wow.
there's 2 parts. So one person can sign up for both parts and pay 2,000. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But I said I only have 8 spots available. I'm like, whoever wants it, I need your $300 deposit. If you don't get it in time, like whatever. So I filled up my 8 spots in like a week.
Huh?
Yeah. And then I had people begging me like, I'll pay extra. Just add me in. Like, how can I say no to that?
Right? You can't.
So I went from 8 to 13, and each spot at 1,000. That's 13 grand plus all the extra money that they. No, it was 4 days.
A 4-day program, 13
a 4-day class.
Damn. Are you gonna be doing those here?
It was Monday and Sunday, and then the next Monday and Sunday. So it was a 4-day class. I made 13 grand in 4 days. Minus expenses.
Yo, peep this game, ladies and gentlemen. Peep this game.
Minus expenses. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, yeah. And then on top of that, I was still making 3,000. But, mind you, I sold this business. This is a very successful business, making 3,000 a month. Like, I sold it to move back home. Because my contract ended. The original contract.
The no compete?
It was always my plan to move back.
Nice. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of like upset and sad when you left. I was like, this don't even say goodbye? The fuck? I literally texted her. I was like,
as soon as I got back, I hit you up and I was like, hey, like, I'm back. Like, let's hang out. You know, it's in 2 years.
2 fucking years. But no,
like,
was it all worth it? All this that happened within the last 2-3 years when you started doing this, was it all worth it?
It was all meant to be.
Right?
Yeah.
I feel you. So people that are coming up now,
for a reason.
The people that want to get into your class right now, and like people who want to do what you're gonna do, what would be like your words of advice for them to start their journey? The ones that are just watching this, be like, yeah, I fuck with that. I want to know what to do. What would they do?
Okay. So first you got to find somebody really credible that you want to learn from and figure out
Alecs Salazar.
Figure out their way of that they teach and see if that's the way that you learn. Before even taking the class, YouTube University, learn as much as you can from YouTube and Google, and like become a master of Google and YouTube microblading or whatever it is in the beauty, anything that you want to learn. Really become a master before going and learning, because that way you know what questions you're ahead of the game. Yeah. Like, because if you're just starting with no previous knowledge, no research, like nothing, then you're just trusting what they're saying, and you don't know how to, like, what questions are the right questions to ask. So I even tell people today, like, yesterday, I was talking to a girl who already does brow waxing, and she wants to add permanent makeup to her services. And I told her, I said, honestly, like, I think you should do an apprenticeship. I think you should, like, learn from somebody first that's going to teach you the basics, and you'll be able to shadow them. I'm like, and then if you want to learn something specific from me, then come to me. But that's money that I'm kind of losing if I don't offer that apprenticeship. Right. But at the same time, I don't want to set them up for failure. You know what I mean? Like,
you're a good person.
So I'm kind of, doing that, because with the girls that took the 4-day class, like, they got all the good information that I could give them. Don't get me wrong.
They better take notes.
They're all like,
goddammit.
They're all successful, but I mean, afterwards, I was still in contact with them constantly, like, helping them still afterwards. And I'm like, this is all basic stuff that I told them in the class, but it's just hard to get just all this information in 4 days. After that, I realized that it's better to do some type of, like, research and knowledge before actually taking the specific thing that you want to do. Get what I mean?
No, that makes sense. Yeah. Kind of like be your own teacher first, and then go find, like, a legit certified person, knowing you already know what you want.
Yes. That's why I say YouTube University. I mean, you can learn literally anything on YouTube.
Because they could go straight to the certified person, drop all this cash, and be like, dude, I really don't want to do this. Yep. This is a waste of my time and my money. Yeah.
Exactly.
Deadass.
True. Because, like, you blow all this money, and then you're like, is this something I want to do? And actually, now that we're talking about that, I have somebody that, she went and got trained somewhere else, blew all this money, and it was like BS. She rarely learned anything.
What the fuck? Dude, this camera's a little bitch.
How long are we supposed to talk for?
Oh, it's fucking forever. that shit. Don't worry about it. Oh, fuck. Sorry, the camera died out on us. Okay, before this shit dies out, go ahead. What were you saying again?
So basically, like, this girl, she went and paid all this money for this training, and she realized, like, it was nothing. Like, she didn't learn much from it, and after spending all that money, she came to me like, well, what would you charge me? I'm already like $3,000 deep in this and haven't learned anything. Like, what would you charge me to help me? And I'm like, well, that's not fair to me. Like, you know, you should have came to me first. Somebody that, like I said, you learn how they teach and see if that's how you learn.
Right.
And so I ended up giving her a good deal anyways, just because I feel bad, you know.
Yeah.
But
kind of guilt tripped you into it, though.
Everybody guilt trips me into things. I'm too good of a person.
Too good, damn it. Too good.
Dang
and my
it.
beer's fucking empty, damn it.
Mine is full.
You didn't even touch your beer.
I'm
Oh, yeah.
talking too much.
You're the one talking. I was over like, nah, nice, cool. Well, shit, Alex. Thank you so fucking much for coming over here and shedding this light on all the people. Is there anything that they should be looking out for in the future? Any classes you're gonna be having?
The top secret thing that I'm gonna pitch to Rose tonight.
Ooh, oh, that's right. Okay, that's what's up.
It's top secret though. I can't let everyone.
And like, let them know where they can find you on all social media, where they can find your beauty bar and all that stuff.
So on Instagram, it's Next Gen Beauty Bar. It's not next. It's without the T, just Next Gen. And then Facebook, I think you just type in the same thing and you'll find it. I have a shop in Burleson, Texas right now, inside a major salon over there called First Impressions. And to book with me, I mean, just contact me and we'll do like a little consultation. We'll see what we can do for you.
There we go. Hey, I appreciate you coming out here though, for real.
Yes.
Give me one for a real one.
Yeah.
Adios, motherfuckers. Y'all have a good night. Peace. All right.
That was crazy.
That was
I guess I should probably do that, huh? Yeah. Okey fucking dokey. I'm sorry, I do appreciate that. This motherfucker told me. Well, it started off as a fucking, start off as zero. Don't give me a fake voice, don't fucking give me a fake voice either. I want me real, authentic. Okay. We're just talking shit, that's all we're doing, okay? Okay. Don't be fucking nervous. Dude, I need you to not be nervous, okay? Because this is only my second episode. So I'm nervous as fuck too. My heart's beating like a motherfucker. I'm just gonna breathe. Okay.